Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Curse of Mother Mystery. Tonight we're Sunny the Tiefling Bard played by Adrian. Hello, welcome.
Hello, I am welcome.
And then we got, certainly not least, Sir Asveda the Silver Dragonborn Paladin played by Erinox. Hello!
Hello!
Oh, every time!
Hello!
Alright, what happened last time, gang?
I mean, some pretty spoopy dreams happened.
Oh yeah, Nick drank a mysterious, probably blood liquid in a maybe dream of his.
It's not like I went out into the forest, I don't think. And like, Madame Eva was like young and hot, and it was like really confusing.
You know what? I mean, I can't blame you. My first thought when I saw that picture of young Eva was like, she's kind of cute.
Got curves,
She's
yeah,
hot.
exactly. And like, Nixon had only really known Madame Eva when she was much older, you know.
And
so
yeah.
and wrinkly, indeed. So now Madame Eva don't got no wrinkles. She's got the good moisturizer, and apparently Nix needs moisturized people in his dreams. So.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
No, I don't like it either. I very much don't like it either.
Everybody disliked that.
She beckoned you to come with her to this place with this weird swirling cloud, a form of face where just like a river of blood came out of that gathered into a font which created smaller rivers, and then there were a bunch of Vistani scattered around looking up reverently towards the sky or the font with bloody tears.
Yes, indeed.
And
then Madame Eva was like, "Here, drink this," and Nix was like, "What is it?" And she says, "Don't question me," and he's like, "Okay." So he drinks it.
Yes.
We need to have a chat.
It's a dream. What else? There's nothing wrong with a dream, right?
Nothing about drinking the dream cranberry juice.
Don't drink suspicious dream juice.
Hey, he was thirsty, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe, but you know, it turned into the sweetest wine. You warmed things up. You felt all, warm and included, and like Madame Eva hugged you, and all in that joy, looking up to the clouds, who were now beautiful and magnificent to you. You also started tearing up in blood.
Indeed. And you've written in deepest joy, but to specify the joy being that of finally being included.
Yes, exactly. Being validated. Wow.
Boy.
But you were then all rudely awakened by the pounding on the door by Ernst, who wanted to inform you that the western gate has been attacked.
And we were like, because it's early.
Yeah.
And like, why are we, I guess, why are we gonna look at this? Like, we're not soldiers or anything like that, but because it was Vistani related, of course.
Exactly. What explains when you get to the site that she doesn't understand why the Vistani attacked the Western Gate, because she and Aragorn had shook hands and declared that there was no bad blood between them before she went to bed. And she wanted you, because she had heard that you have a special relationship with the Vistani, to go there and ask what the fuck happened, and ask if it will happen again.
In return for nice trinkets, well, not trinkets, a better cart.
Yes.
More luxurious cart, a horse, and a ambassador letter for Illyria,
Yes.
Lady Illyria.
Furthermore.
I mean,
Exactly.
Illyria is in fact a lady, just not very good at being a lady.
She's gonna have to embrace her ladiness.
Yep. Well, We have heard that many times before, Julie, that Illyria is not a lady.
I know. I mean, she is, but like,
Trying very hard to make her a lady.
oh god.
Alright, this is gonna turn into the Princess Diary, you know.
Are we just-
Even if you don't like it, it's going to become it.
Just do your hair.
And like, do you remember like I don't know if any of you have ever seen that one Barbie movie where it's like to be a princess?
Barbie movie? Yeah, sure. I've seen all the Barbie movies.
I have not seen that movie.
Basically just a montage of like somebody trying to get Illyria to act all like ladylike.
Wow.
Princess Diaries
Like
style,
a
yeah.
pauper. Like everybody would believe a pauper to be a Lady Illyria than Lady Illyria herself.
Sadness. Alright, you stop on your way to the Vistani camp by Anya's shop. Calvin tries to sneak in from behind, triggers some kind of trap, start coughing.
The COVID trap, yep.
Yep. Nyx goes around and goes and releases his magical, senses through a new spell. Asphyda and Illyria tries to like search for stuff. None of both of you roll a critical one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny.
It was all searching internally for the words to talk to each other.
Yes, and Asphyda also explains some of the stenches that she receives from her
Oh my
primeval
God.
awareness.
Totally did.
Oh my god, it was so fun.
That was so funny.
It's like a fruit. Which one? No, I won't tell you because you're gonna get angry. Tell me no!
You can't hold out on me.
You just gotta get.
And what about Illyria?
Like,
Dirt.
Dirt. The
Burnt
good kind of
dirt.
dirt? No, the
Burnt
bad
dirt.
kind of dirt.
Smells burnt.
burnt dirt. Nice. So funny.
I feel like it was only Calvin who was happy.
Did we do Calvin? We didn't do Calvin.
I think she did. She just
Yeah, I think you
like
mentioned.
Why did say Kelvin
Yeah.
smells like swamp or something?
Yeah,
Oh, right.
yeah.
musty.
Yeah,
Musty smells.
and he said feels like home.
Yeah, true. Because he smells musty anyway.
Yes. Nyx, you find in the end a vial of Madder's milk.
Yummy. I give it to Illyria.
You gave it to Illyria. And you also, realize that there are some magical traces coming off of the Great Axe and Illyria's armor. And then I sent you a message. Did you, in hindsight, reveal that? Or did you, shut a trap?
I expected it from the Great Axe and from... Well,
Yes.
You said Illyria's armor. I didn't address Illyria's armor. It's not
True.
like I've ever addressed it yet. So the other thing, I think I can address it when he addresses the armor. So,
Leave
it
that
is
for
cool.
later. Leave that for later. Getcha.
Later. Senare.
On your way to the Vistani, Nyx inquires a little bit about the situation, and he tried to coax Illyria to do something about it, as long as he gets to watch it.
Don't say it like that.
How else can you say it?
Yeah! It was you who said it! Or Nyx who
Yeah.
said it.
Sure, he just wanted to be the mitigator, quote unquote.
Yeah, I know, as long as he is able to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see smoke over the Vistani camp before you enter it. You find both Pity, and if it wasn't clear, I think it was pretty clear since you didn't talk about it, Anya dead. And the central tent burned up, a view of the wagons, complete chaos. Asphyda goes to pay respects to pitiful Pity.
Sorry, I think I must have missed. Was Anya dead?
Yes, you on the side of you in my description there was a ransacked and destroyed tent that smelled of herbs, and there was like a beige arm coming out of it with like blood splatters on it.
Oh
But-
man, I missed that.
But if you didn't think about it, then I thought you didn't care at the moment. It's like, oh, okay,
No,
all right.
I think it's
Oh,
just
no,
like I was
Just
like
didn't
kind
make
of
the connection, to be honest.
All right,
Yeah.
then you
Because
don't
I'm
know.
Stupid.
Then you don't know. You don't know. Didn't think about
But
it.
now we know.
No, you don't know.
Honestly, though, to be fair, I'm not entirely sure I care.
Yeah, I guess so. But it's also a question
Like,
of,
don't
you
get me
know.
wrong, it's sad, but also I feel indifferent.
Yeah, she made her bed. She slept
Yeah.
in it. We did warn her. She refused to listen, and therefore, you know, the comeuppance.
Definitely.
Sucks to be her.
Now I feel terrible.
You're welcome.
Live with your choices. You talk to Aragal, who is beyond himself with grief, explains that a lone guard of Alaki knew exactly when to strike, when they were at their weakest, and teared through so many civilians. You argue that a lone Alaki guard could probably not do this, but if son has already set their revenge in action by beseeching their prince.
Yay!
Yay! You take a look around. You found some chemically burned grass and a weird earthen hand. As for that, you learn that whoever they were armed to their teeth with magic, a bunch of weapons, and compartments with gadgets. They were tall, male and athletic, but obscured by helmet. You muse about who could do this, if it's Strahd, Victor, the other, Esmeralda's mentor. And you try to talk sense into Aragal, who demands proof before he changes his mind, but he also argues it's too late and doesn't have the emotional energy to care about it really. Also, Lyria talked to Luvash, who is in complete shock, only mourning after Arabelle. But Nick's excitement is actually revoked through all of this. Yay!
Yeah, I mean, again, you can't say it like that. There was like, there's no more camp. There's no more like Vistani people that exist here. Therefore, your excitement. It's like because it doesn't exist, therefore excitement is no longer a thing.
He said there were so few of them now that every member counts.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like the same thing.
The same thing, yeah, exactly. It's like, you know.
You're here just for numbers now.
Well, you know, can
That's
take it however.
racist.
You can take it however you want. It's just how he said it.
Because he didn't have the strength to argue with him anymore. Therefore, you know, yeah, it kind of felt like a consolation prize for surviving, which isn't exactly something.
No, I mean, I didn't imagine it to sit well with you anyway. Lyra says what she thinks to Aspida, and then she just walks away. Aspida is actually happy about it. Says she can punch her whenever she wants, and just wants Lyra to grow some balls.
Yep.
Nix and Calvin both agree that they will let the fire and call battle it out on their own. Just taking like a step back. Calvin thinks Asphodite is a rock, and then becomes suspicious that she might be an undead all along.
The undead fights the undead!
Have you seen her in Sunlight? No, I think not.
Have you seen Dark Souls?
And you bicker as you leave the camp behind, but when you get back to the Western Gate, Ernest is there, rushes towards you, you believe the worst, but then he informs you that Lady Patron has escaped, and Wachter wants your opinion about it, and you tell him what you have learned in very short terms. And you wish that there's some kind of big buff, gadget-wielding, magic-wielding Carl somewhere in Vallaki. But
it's like magic training school.
Yeah.
Vallaki.
Yeah. But Ernst,
actually, we do have that.
But Ernst denies that. And with that, that was what happened last time. Woo! Time to change up the music. Let's go for let's Let's go for a bit for... Let's go for this. An oldie but goodie. And we are going to go to the streets of Vallaki. Oh shit, wasn't a bit too soon now. Wow, what am I doing? Perfect. Perfect. And then Ernst, satisfied with the report you have brought him and eager to bring the news to Lady Wakta, dons his hood over his constantly disgruntled face. He nods to you all in thanks, slips Illyria a shriveled up note, and then slinks into an alleyway in between two houses. Not heading down... Huh?
Wait, what?
Yeah, heads you a shriveled up note. You take it?
Okay.
Guy with the notes. Always notes.
Then he slinks in between an alleyway, in into an alleyway between two houses. Not heading down the normal path you would assume a normal person would take towards Mortar House. But he leaves you there, standing on the main road, just a bit past the church and the orphanage. The temperature is slightly above 10 degrees, and there's a slight western breeze that tickles your faces. It is not strong enough to disperse the mist that lurks around every corner. It never is. A constant reminder of where you are and what has happened. When you look at the note in your hand, it's showing an address in the eastern part of Vallaki, but you all believe yourself to be the masters of your own fate. So what trouble do you want to stir today?
Did it seem like it was something that was only addressed to Illyria?
I mean, he asked you that, he said the Lady Worker wants you to go and investigate the disappearance of Lady Petrona because there was some weird stuff that happened when she disappeared, and then he slips you a note with an address.
Yeah.
Presumably, she was taken to the Reformation Center prison.
Oh, the notes suggest otherwise.
Yeah, do we have any idea of like where that address is?
Well, from being in here for such a long time, you're not exactly sure which specific place this is, but it's in the eastern part of Vallaki.
I mean,
Considering
Illyria
the
is
street
gonna
name.
like show the others and stuff. So are we following the note?
Since we're on the way, I have no real reason to not follow directions of this note, but on the way we will pass the inn, and it occurred to me that we might want to check in with the ravens to see if they found or followed or tracked Victor.
We probably should.
Shouldn't take but a moment of our time, but I have no other immediate.
I'm in no rush to go to this place, so
As for that,
Well, if it's along the way, I don't see why not.
I'm not in any rush either to deal with the security issues of Vallaki. We've done our part.
Indeed. I just hope that once we go over there, we say our piece and leave.
The only curiosity I have is if we go to this address, that upon seeing how she managed to escape and influence the guards and such, if that relates to any other evidence we have so far collected about the other, and whether or not she was the other, and if she was, then she is far stronger than we expected her to be, training her son, and in part the reason why he is such an asshole.
Would have to agree with you on that. Whatever details gives us an edge against him should our paths cross, well, is only a benefit to us.
No other errands in this new Valaki? New, shiny, and improved?
Could, on our way out, that is, stop by the tailor's, make sure the church isn't too roughed up.
That's true. We should probably at least check in on the people that we've interacted with.
Do we want to return the doll that we have?
Shoot. Oh, wait, what doll?
The doll that Isaac had.
Ah, that one. Okay. Right. Well, I certainly don't want it.
I still haven't decided if I want to just, like, I don't know, burn it, throw it away, or just, like, keep it.
It's a shame we did not give it to Luvash to remind him as a keepsake. But at the same time, maybe he wants to forget.
The opposite, considering the sort of, I don't know, the knowledge of who this belonged to and why it was made.
Fair enough. It was one or the other, really. Some people just want to forget. Some people want to be reminded that they were part of their lives. But I am not in any way resolved to those Vistani outside Valaki. They certainly made it clear who I am to them. And even a half-hearted welcome back, purely because, hey, we're not many anymore, so we might as well take you. It's not exactly the welcome back I was expecting or hoping for, or in the fact even needed. I'm doing fine now. I don't need their approval. So, if you do not care to deal with that, I say burn it. In fact, I'll burn it for you. But I think you've got it.
I mean, if there's one thing I'm good at, it's setting things on fire.
Be my guess. But I think if it means some sort of lead to track down Victor, maybe he fled to the winery. If that's the case, great. More things to kill. If not, let's head to whatever happened in the prison.
And they'll be on their way.
All right. Where exactly are we going first?
We're going on the way to the address, but stopping off at the tavern real quick. We don't have to necessarily change scene or no things like that. If you don't want to, we can just use this backdrop, but it's more to check in with the Ravens to see if they actually managed to track him or follow Victor, since it's been a while, I guess. It's been half a day.
Yes.
But it's your call.
No, I got you. I was actually working on that whilst you were talking.
Mm-hmm.
We can plop over here quickly. Doesn't have to be
question is, who do we ask? I'm not entirely sure Kelvin wants to talk to the ravens again.
Over my dead body! They were
We
awful.
could just head inside and like.
I'm happy to go in and inquire, unless someone else wishes to.
I mean, I can come with you.
Sure. Okay, let's just go inside.
That's what I will follow.
Yeah, Kelvin whispers to himself, fucking birds. So he follows Nix.
It's as we open and walk through the doors, what's the feeling of the inn on the first day of the new leadership?
Very, very. There's a lot of trepidation. There is very few people in here for being basically early lunchtime, where, I mean, mostly, those laborers who wake up earlier than most go to have an ale before going back to work, right?
Sure.
And knowing this place in rush hour, this is pitiful turnout. And most people, it's not as rowdy as normal either. Not to say that it was specifically rowdy before, but it's more quiet now. And people are talking in quiet murmurs, I should say. Except for, of course, Carl and Nikolai Wachter over here, that is day drinking like normal, being their normal rowdy frat boys that they are.
There were the kids that were talking about the cat earlier, right?
Yes.
Okay. Nick sees them and has like a curious glimmer in his eye, and looks to Illyria and says, "You seem to have a decent relationship with the innkeep. Would you like to inquire? I just want to talk to these boys over here real quickly."
Alright. Illyria just walks over to
Danica.
Danica and lets Nix do his thing.
Alright. Let's do the next thing first, huh? Sounds fun.
Nix is gonna like walk over, like it's only a few steps, and just like stand on the edge of the table and just like with his hands on his hips, like stand pretty confidently and just stares at them both as they're in conversation until it's super awkward and they stop talking.
Yeah, you
Oh my
basically
God.
walk into a conversation where the taller and lankier one says, "So I looked at this goat, right? What? Really? You're that desperate?" Says the other one that is a bit shorter and broader. And the other one, lankier one, goes, "No! Fuck no! You owe me a drink for that! No, I was thinking how desperate our shop needs to be! Jesus, Carl! Morning, Lord Carl!" And they kind of...
Carl.
Sorry! I was brought out of it! Fuck!
Oh no.
And they both glance up to you, give you a little bit of, are you gonna start talking to us?
Yeah. As they recognize him, Nix is going to sort of like bend at the hips over the table and put like both his hands on the surface of the table and lean over it and just like look to both of them back and forth. And with a somewhat placid look on his face, he'll say, "I do not wish to pry. I kind of do, it's a very interesting conversation you were just having. But I seem to recall one of the first times that I saw you both in this lovely establishment is that you were lamenting over the loss of a cat. Is this since resolved?
You're that weird tiefling manservant to Illyria, are you not?
You're not wrong.
Aspera just kind of stifles a chuckle.
Wow.
I don't see how that makes any difference to my question, young lads.
Carl, the shorter and broader one, says, yeah, no, Tom is still missing. That bugger. Probably won't come back. And he takes a big gulp to, like, hide his sadness.
Oh.
Yes, losing a beloved friend. Someone who has been with you a while. A companion, so to speak. Someone you would miss greatly, of course. It's okay to be sad. Anyone would be.
Yeah. Tom was there when I got my first bruise from alley fighting.
I'm sure he took care of licking your bruises and your mental wounds from losing.
He did. And then the taller, lankier one like kicks the other. Come on, Carl. Don't be like that. It's
What
okay.
What if I was to tell you that I have found him?
What? You find my Tom?
What remains of your Tom, yes.
Remains.
What if I was to tell you that the ex-burgomaster's son was entirely involved in the kidnapping, experimentation, and brutal murder of your cat Tom?
He like stands up, slaps his hands on the tables, his ale mug goes like spilling over half the table. Say what?
Nick stands up, like, bends back up at the waist calmly, with like a half smile on one side of his face. Yes, it seems he was intensely and, well, he seemed all the more interested in playing with the body of your cat.
That
And
fucking worm! Alright, Nikolai, I don't care what to say. We're gonna need to go and find Victor in an alleyway somewhere, okay? You look out like normal.
Yes, if you find him and, ultimately I would like to get my hands on him too. Not for your cat, but for other reasons. Something tells me he doesn't deserve the skin he wears. I'd very much like to take it from him.
I will make sure that it's not the normal peachy color that it is. It will be blue and purple when I finish with it. Tom! And he kind of like rushes. He like rushes out of the establishment. And Nikolai stands up slowly. I need to go.
Tell your brother. We have an establishment in the ex-burgomaster's house. It is our address for the time being. Should you find him, I will pay a coin for a piece of him.
That will be kinda hard considering that he has left the town, which Carl has just decided to blissfully forget.
Oh, but should he return and you've discovered him before I do, keep it in mind. The bigger the piece, the bigger the coin.
I appreciate though. We are going to go and look for fresh cat graves. I better go and get my shovel. Thank you, Danica! And then Danica just grunts in their direction.
Nick sits down at the chair that Carl was at and starts drinking his ale.
Yeah. He doesn't care. Nikolai doesn't care. Spend way too
No,
much.
obviously, when they left, it's just like...
Yeah.
Mhm.
For pretensity's sake, I guess.
Oh, hey, for you.
Yeah. Alright. Lyra, in the meantime, you hear the weird sounds of Nick's engaging these two boys. You walk up to Danica. She's like cleaning off a tankard with a cloth. She nods to you. There's like big circles underneath her eyes, and there's like an instant expression on both of your face where you communicate with each other of like, yesterday was fucking crazy.
Yeah, so how are you holding up?
Could be better, for sure. It was a long night. Both me and Arwen took to to have a look around. Flew such a long time. I feel my shoulders ache.
Anything interesting?
Yes, well, we did notice those Vistani attacked the gate. We made sure that the right guard came awake so the reinforcements could come as quickly as possible, but it wasn't enough. Sadly. Hope your night has been better.
I mean, after everything that happened, about as good as it could have been. We already went to the Vistani camp too.
Ah, yes. I've had a little bird tweet in my ear that as well. How did it go?
About as well as expected.
Are they going to continue to retaliate? Well, we know that you left for the Vistani camp, but we don't know what happened there. Our birds are not that...
They got aid in their retaliation. They brought it before they brought it before the devil. So if you could do anything in your power to make sure that as many people here stay safe as you possibly can.
Say what? And did the devil ignore them, or has there been confirmation that he has answered their prayers? She's looking really scared right now. She's like stopped all her emotions and just staring at you.
Illyria kind of like leans in closer, kind of like makes sure that like nobody else is like. They say he has, and I was warned. Maybe leave Valaki.
They told you to leave Valaki. She just moves her head and her eyes just shifts away from, like, she's not focusing on anything. There's just this expression of both dread and panic.
Illyria's kind of like going to sort of like maybe like try to like sort of lean over, like put a hand like on her arms, like, I'm sorry. I don't plan on just leaving, and like, it's just, I don't know.
This is... Oh no. Why now? Valak is already weakened as it is. Oh god. Oh morning, Lord. Oh, Brom and Bray. Do we have to leave? Should we leave? Do you know what's going to happen? Exactly?
I don't. It's not like I'm privy to what exactly happens in this madman's head.
This is the worst news. Do you know who did it? I guess the Vistani?
The Vistani were attacked, and it doesn't make sense.
So there's...
They say it was a Valakian guard, but we don't think it was unless they suddenly learned magic.
Fuck! Why does this have to be so complicated? Ah!
And even if they heeded my words of it not being the Barovians' fault, or not being a Valaki guard, according to them, the plans has already been set in motion, and it is out of their hands.
Illyria, I had the audacity to wake up this morning and think that perhaps things will get better.
I'm sorry.
Then in the background you hear, "Thank you, Danica!" Danica just grunts in irritation. Thinks to herself a little bit longer, and then she just slams this cloth into the bar and says, "Alright, listen up everybody. Festivities are over. There is an emergency for a family. We're very sorry, but the Blue Water Inn is going to be closed for at least a day. Thank you everybody, but we need you to leave now." And
Nick stands up and looks over to Illyria, and then there's a curious look over to Asphodel, like, what the hell did Illyria just say?
Asphodel kind of looks at you with an equally corked brow, with a like a short shrug.
Nick, I guess, takes a gulp of the ale and stands up and shrugs back, I guess.
Illyria probably fucked this up like big time right now, but
well, there's a bunch of like murmurs of like disapproval and like, "Just let me finish a drink. You can take it to go. All right?" They're like, "Okay, fine,
able
sure."
to go.
And then Illyria, as you like hop down from the bar stool, Danica says, "Oh no, I mean, not you. I mean everyone who's not supposed to be here, you know."
Is everything alright? As Nix walks up to the bar, puts the mug, the cup on the bar. Do you want us to leave?
I don't think we have to.
Irvin also walks out of the kitchen, cleaning his hands on this, like slightly, like a light shade of pink apron that he wears.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? Do I also need to leave? Do you want some alone time? Is that how it is?
I think she needs the opposite of that right now. Would you mind joining us?
No, Arvin, there. Of course I don't mean. Just come here and listen. No, you don't need to leave. I just want those people to go back to their families for the rest of the day.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. But Elira, did we find out anything about, tracking or anything?
Didn't happen to have gotten any news about Victor, have you?
First, what occupies her attention is Erwin coming up to Danica and kind of holds her hand carefully, asks her what's up. And Danica says, Strat is going to retaliate for that attack on the Vestani camp on Balaki. How, we don't know, but it's not going to be pretty. Erwin immediately gets like a bit of a shadow over his eyes, drops her hand, and then leans heavily on the bar with both of his hands, seeming like trying to come to terms with it, looking a little bit shocked him as well. Then Danica turns to you, Illyria, again and says, "Oh, wait. Oh, Trakin. Well, he continues to move down the road east. He has been able to get himself a saddle by one of the hamlets, and for some reason the 2 guards that were sent out to track him are now following his orders."
Of course they are.
Is he heading to Barovia village or to the castle?
Well, it would be very ballsy of him to go to the castle. I don't think he has it in him. But him and Ismark knew each other from a young age. It's been a few years ago. They've seen each other, but they are acquaintances.
Don't want to go back to Barovia.
No, me either. However, the last thing, I don't want to go back there either. After all, we were kicked out of there, or at least I was. I don't suppose there is any way you can communicate with your birds?
Oh, yes we can. I have always 2 birds on him, one that can fly back and report and one who stays on him. As per your wishes.
And are these the kind of birds that can, turn into people if they choose? Or are they like, straight birds?
She doesn't laugh. I laugh. I'm sorry. She shakes her head and says, "No, we are all a bit occupied with everything else. Mariella stays on the Horde." Wait, the Horde? Oh no.
Next we give like a panicked look to Asphodel and says, "Do your thing."
Asphodel just kind of sucks in her teeth as she focuses in on the Horde primeval awareness.
Alright. You go into your stench radar again.
Fruity smells, dirty smells.
Beyond the smell of swamp, dirt, and grapes, around you here. You zoom out a little bit to that point in your radar at the edge of it, to the east. And at first, you don't think you notice any difference, but you have been checking in on them here and there, and they have been like walking around in the past, just like aimlessly in this area. They're all now completely still.
Aspida just kind of, you see a little eye twitch, just a little eye twitch, as she says, before they were walking around just a tiny bit, aimlessly. Now they are frozen still in place, like statues.
Can you tell if they are in like a formation? Like an army?
Does it seem like it? Like, are the pings in line, or are they still scattered?
They're pretty organized, yeah.
Oh,
There-
no.
Few trees, that blocks, a perfect kind of lines, but they seem to be respecting COVID guidelines.
Oh my god. So they're in formation.
Yeah.
As for the, you see her, her lips stiffen, and through gritted teeth says, "In formation." Maybe that's why Lady Petrovnica left. Because maybe she knew what is behind it all. Whatever the case, whatever Strahd is planning to do with Balaki, it's going to be soon.
Okay. We gave the whole of the journal to Lady Vakta, did we not? Of Victor's diary. We have no evidence to. I was just merely thinking that we should warn Ismark, in Barovia, that even though he knows Victor, to be wary, to be prepared, to not listen to him and just immediately lock him up in a cell, preferably underneath the church. With that son. That you managed to convince him.
I'm sure he will listen to the people who let his sister die.
But
We certainly need to prepare. What's little that they have.
Illyria, do you still have the Irina's? No, as for that, do you still have Irina's necklace? The gleaming lord that I gave you?
I do. And she'll, walk over and hand it over to him.
I'm gonna take out my book real quick and write a quick note to Ismark on a page. Say, Ismark, should you encounter Victor Valakovich, he is very dangerous. Lock him away immediately. Don't listen to anything he says. Be on your guard. Magic is in play. And then a space saying, "It's a shame what happened to Irina. I'm sorry I wasn't there."
I want to punch this.
And then take the necklace and wrap it up. And say, "Would you be able to have one of your birds deliver this as soon as possible?" And hand it to Danica.
Oh. Certainly, we can do that. I have right bad for it. To Arvin. She takes it and then turns to Irvin. Should we leave for Brom and Bray? He sighs heavily, kind of half hugs her. I think we should take them out of here to one of our other nests. But they need us.
Will you be safe there?
As long as they're in raven form with all other ravens. And in worst case scenario, Erwin continues, he can fly to my father.
Who is your father?
What is the name of the father again? 1 second.
Was it the one who owns like the vine?
Yes. Davian Martikov is the patriarch of the family. Who owns the Wizards of the Wine.
Should we need to... Well, we need to go to the east. Maybe there's a horde, rampaging on the eastern side of the village. Then it's time to really get the fuck out. But should we need to contact you again, where should we look for you? Or should we just look to the trees and spot a blue-feathered raven?
We are going to go and put Bram and Brave to safety, Tanika says. Still in this embrace with Irvin. But then we're coming back here. And we are going to start boarding up the inn. And if it comes to it, we are going to shield as many Valakians as we can, as long as we can. And at the very last moment, we are going to fly out of here as our other form, if it comes to that. But this is our home.
Of course. I suppose if we see a mass migration of ravens, we'll know one way or another what happened.
Exactly. Then don't come towards the inn. It will be overrun.
I hope it doesn't come to that. It's quite a pleasant inn. It's a shame the bard isn't here. I would like to hear his tune one more time.
Yeah, I don't know whether Tavio hasn't been here for a very long time. Contemplating firing him. Getting tired of his music anyway.
At this point, you might. But
okay. Well, hordes are waiting.
so
Should we?
What's our plan?
I mean, just communicating the news would at least help forewarn the wolves, but we can't do anything from here. Let's get there as soon as possible, and we can walk and talk on the way.
Yes.
Should we maybe I don't know, maybe talk to Lady Wachter?
She could be there already if she's summoning us there.
Exactly. That's why we should probably go there.
Yes.
If we have some spare time, we might also want to have visit Father Lucian.
All right. He's next door, right?
I mean, a little bit down the. 5 minutes.
Yeah, up. Yeah, a little bit off. A little bit backwards.
Yes.
Towards the west.
Of course. Father Lucian. Maybe
I don't
he has.
know about you, but I think it might be useful to let him know too. But maybe we should head to this address first.
Well, I mean, it makes more sense to quickly go back there and warn him of impending, well,
Yeah.
attacks.
Yeah, let's do that.
I agree. Good thinking.
Adira looks kind of surprised for a moment and then just kind of like shakes her head and moves on.
Yep.
It's like,
So, we're hopping it to the church.
Alvin, put the mushroom down. Let's go.
What? No!
I imagine he was just like eating from the balls of all the people that have left, like half-eaten food.
Probably, yeah.
You're gonna eat this?
Instead of just watching, disappointed.
Ah, free food! Why did I turn Italian there?
No, le boy. Okay. Let's go.
No cream in your pasta carbonara.
Just like Nonna used to make it.
Okay, sorry. Yes. You walking dog.
We hoof it.
Yeah.
We move
Marching?
quicker.
yeah.
Yeah, we go quickly. I guess.
Alright.
Long strides.
So we're going to Lucian first or to the address on the note?
Let's go to Lucian first.
Yeah, Lucian fast. Yeah.
Alright.
Long strides for Asphodel, literal sprinting for Calvin.
Yeah. Alright. Let's go here. I like how it's like the altar, like on top of the altar is picture.
He has replaced Jesus. He
Yes.
is now only Lucian.
Oh god. Pretty sure I'm going to hell.
There's a lot of people around the church. The doors are just completely open. People going in and out. Inside, you find a lot of the pews are taken by people, just lying on top of them with like blankets, and they have been bandaged. Some are bleeding, some have like people actively above them trying to save them. There's also people on the ground just lying in their agony. There's like it's like a tent in a war zone. This is the hospitality tent. There's people groaning in pain, weird smells of just all the smells, lovely smells of the human body just permeating the air. All of his apprentices, as well as some people who seems to have donated their services, are tending to people, giving them food, giving them aid. And you see also Lucian among these people with just sweat on his brow, and he's has this protective white clothing above his normal priestly attire, and a little turban over his head to catch his sweat, and there's just blood splatters all over this white. So, it's quite a chaotic scene that you come into.
It's like a makeshift hospital,
Mm-hmm.
like a
Exactly.
field hospital.
Yes.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God. How many people would you say are like injured, and is it like, are they ordered by death chance? You know?
There probably some kind of tune to it, but unless you got experience with that, it might be a little bit hard to tell the exact categorization going on here, but there's some categorization of people definitely going on. Some people who are getting more aid than others. There's also some of the older kids of the orphanage just scooping people like soup to eat, helping around in here.
Okay.
And you probably about 50 people in here.
50. Well, how many is it obvious, like, is there like a group of critically injured people, in a location? This is gonna look for critically injured people.
Oh yeah. I mean, basically where Lucian is in a corner of the room, it's where the most critically injured people are. Is where you have the most pain, or the most people are basically completely subdued, the most blood. And it's also where there are some just linen wrapped, completely wrapped humanoid shapes just lined up against the wall to the side of the pews. It seems to be about 10 of them or so. So you rush over there?
Before rushing over, he's gonna look to Illyria and Asoda. It's like, he could help. He could help. It's just going to take me, well, a few minutes,
You could help, yes. But don't you think there's something bigger ahead?
Of course.
We need to talk to Lucian anyway.
Did I help?
If you want to help, help.
Nick has a furrowed brow as we walk through the injured beds and people towards Father Lucian.
Right. You look down into the faces of what seems to be normal civilians who have gotten various wounds as they were forced to basically attack each other. There's also a few guards with gruesome wounds. And also a few people who seem to have been trampled. A younger teenage boy is lying in one of these pews that catches your eyes, who looks delirious and has this bandage around his head where a little of blood just seeps out of and trickles down his side of his face and to his jaw, giving you a glassy look. Not really sure if he completely registers if you're there or not. But you push past it and walk up to Lucian, who seems to be currently taking care of an open wound of a stomach. Some blood, blood everywhere. Shouts, "We need more poppy!" to one of his assistants, who rushes away to get what he asked for. He brings out a red light from this softly blue tattoo that is coming from inside of his clothing, and fixes some kind of internal injury of this person before taking up needle and thread. Sees you. Hold him down. This is gonna be really, really bad. We don't have enough puppy. Do you help to hold down the patient?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, you all hold down the person. One of them hands Illyria a little piece of leather, points towards the mouth.
Lyria puts I assume in their mouth so they can bite down on it or something, right?
Mm-hmm. Seems to look into the face of a fit, early 20-year-old woman who has fresh tears streaming down her face, and she takes it in her mouth, understanding why, with a very panic look on her face. She tries to catch Asphoda's hand, wants her to hold it, give her some kind of strength. She's seen Asphoda in action.
she'll like say to her, hold it as tight as you want.
And Father Lucian looks up to you. Make sure that you're ready, holding her down. And then 10 minutes basically passes of the excruciating sounds of pain that this woman makes as her whole body is just sweating and shivering and lurching here and there as Lucian calmly and pretty swiftly sews this wound together, and it's grating on you. Not really the frequency of the sound she makes or how loud she is. It's just seeing this other person in pain and not being able to do anything about it. It's tiresome. Tiresome for the soul. But eventually Lucian finishes the last knot, secures it, pads the blood away, a little bit of disaffecting alcohol on it, and then bandages it up with a piece of clean, absorbing cloth in between the bandage and the wound to absorb any liquid that comes out of it. I hope I'm doing good, Ernox.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, when it's over, the young female guard before you kind of drifts into a very, very heavy sleep from just sheer exhaustion. And Lucian looks up to the four of you, looking a little revealed, holding his hands up, dripping a little bit of it with blood. Anything I can do for you? Are you hurt? Are you able to help? You have supplies.
Nyx might be able to help.
Oh, perfect. We have a few
We don't
candidates.
have that much time, but Nyx wanted to try something, right?
I could help. I could, well, for maybe 6 people. 6 people could receive some sort of assistance of ease the pain, heal their wounds, perhaps.
That's...
There's so
Thank the
many.
morning Lord that you had, Nyx. 6 people is better than what just me and my apprentices could do. I have 6 candidates that's perfect for you. Please come with me.
Dex looks real uneasy. As he has like a furrowed brow, it's like part sweating, and he has like his uncharacteristic hunched over shoulders, uneasy about where he is. I will do what I can.
And
Alright.
as Nyx is gonna be whisked away,
Uh-huh.
as for the as he's on his way to wherever Father Lucian is going, Aspida gives him a look of the knowing look of, I hope you're ready for that.
Dex gives a completely I'm not ready look.
But otherwise, Aspida doesn't stop Nyx.
Lyria's like, do you want me to come along?
We still need to talk to Father Lucian. Maybe you can talk to him whilst I try to help.
Lyria just kind of like goes with them. sort of like she's not saying that like she wants to be there to like reassure Nyx, but also
Uh-huh.
But Asphoda, will still follow, but she's not going to interfere with Nyx. This is Nyx's thing.
Okay.
This is his time to learn.
How noble of you.
Okay. I mean, Lucian is like already going. You gotta catch up.
Yeah. It was just merely like quick glances to each other. I suppose you want us to come. Sure. Yeah, talk to Lucian whilst I help. That's pretty much it.
yeah. I would assume Illyria, as she said that, already started kind of like walking after you guys anyway.
Mm-hmm. I imagine it all just happened in like a couple of seconds.
It happened in like a couple seconds, yeah.
All right. Yeah. You follow Lucian on his way. He definitely goes through the crowd of like people helping, people, family members, and people on the ground. And you are brought first to this burn victim, a little bit of an older child, around 10, who has several bandages across their body. Seems to be in a natural sleep for now. And Lucian ushers you forward to her and says, I was able to save her from anything life-threatening, but she's in excruciating pain whenever she wakes up.
I think this is going to be more of a all-at-once kind of deal rather than one by one, Father. Just... I don't want to know what their condition is. If you say that they need help, then they need help. Just point them out, and that will be okay. I'm not sure I can deal with.
All right, I hear you. I understand. So this one, and then he points to 5 other people in the crowd. Just share what you have evenly. Every life matters. Just do what you can. That's all that matters right now. Okay?
Okay.
If you get
Really?
exhausted or tired, there's water and some food in the back. Now I need to go.
I will only be 10
Father
minutes.
Lucian.
Father Lucian, I know it's important what you're doing, but we need to talk to you for just a moment.
Have a moment with me, but nothing more. You understand the situation. Talk quickly.
We are very aware of the situation, and she'll walk with them.
Uh-huh.
It's all so, but she brings the floor to Illyria because she wants to.
What? Illyria just kind of like as soon as Asphoda starts speaking, just kind of like it's like, oh, Asphoda got this.
Fucking Asphoda.
But if Asphoda is like sort of like wanting Illyria to say so, Illyria is going to be like, we think things are about to get a lot worse.
Worse. How can it get worse?
An undead army is in formation to attack Vallaki on the eastern gate.
By the morning, Lord, no one has seen that for centuries.
They used to roam aimlessly. Now they are still and in formation.
I don't understand. Why are we...
I believe Vallaki is being set up by Strahd himself. an attack on the
A morning lord protect us. Oh no. Oh no. I won't be enough. This is not enough. All I've done.
We will do everything we can.
Yes, I shall do that too. Oh. Morning Lord, why do we deserve this devil? What have we done to deserve this?
You don't deserve any of this.
We could really need you right now, Morning Lord. Your strength and your protection, please. For once, show yourself.
Asphodel puts a huge claw on his shoulder and kind of looms or cranes her neck downwards to him, facing eye to eye.
Oh, yeah.
And she says in a low tone, "The Morning Lord answers to nobody who asks for his help. The strength is already in you. Now grit your teeth and keep moving. You have the strength. You don't need him. The strength is already with you. Look at what you've done already. And I know you can do more." And she lets go and straightens herself out.
He stumbles back a few steps. Still he's like white. There's a sheet of linen on his face, and he like just nods to himself a little bit crazily almost. I will do what I can do, but Morning Lord, this is not enough. And he kind of stumbles over to the next patient, continues his work.
As he stumbles out, Asphodel under her breath can only say, "It's never enough. It's all that matters is what you do with what you have." And then she'll, go back to Nyx.
Nice, very nice. Okay. Nyx, are you still on your first patient?
Well, Nyx is kind of like he's standing in a kind of a spot equidistant from the six that Father Lucian pointed out. Surrounded by pain and agony caused by that of the burgomaster, and as he looks around, he is nervous and a little bit of afraid. At the same time, he's kind of shaking that it's internal turmoil of fear and anger, witnessing the fallout of a tyrannical dictator's involvement over Velaki and the innocents that had been affected by such a dictator. And he opens his book and he says, I don't know if you will be able to hear what with being asleep and all, but I hope you who need it can hear these words. There's a story of a lady that didn't know what her destiny held and left home searching for worth not knowing where to find it, and being led by someone who wished to take advantage, like that of the Burgomaster did for you all. Yet she overcame it. She found strength within, and you will all find strength with these words. And he begins to tell the story of this lady for 10 minutes,
Oh,
casting a prayer of healing on the 6 that were pointed out. And was it that? And the soul check. So yeah, as he's doing this and he's reciting the words, there is his soul mark will flare, illuminating this part of the church. I think that's a fail, right? No, it's a ritual. I don't need to do a soul check.
Yes, you take your time.
Yes. So as he's reading this book, reading this excerpt from the book that he's writing, his soul mark will flare, and on the side of his neck you can see this bleeding kaleidoscope of crimson and gold sparkles, illuminating it in somewhat of a curious blend of rich reds and speckles of light here and there of gold. And nearing the end of this prayer of healing, this story, the words turn into a much darker tone of revenge and anger and recovering what was lost by your own strength. And he slams the book shut as the light sort of like erupts from him in this wave of ready mists, and as he does so, his expression and posture changes to that of more upright and confident, and looks back towards Asuda and Illyria and says, "I've done all I can for these people. Let's go."
Asphoda, with a small smile on her face, nods and follows him.
Yeah, the area has probably been standing like a little bit away, as well, for away from Asphoda too, just kind of watching and listening, and she's also just gonna follow them.
Okay, wow. That's quite a
But
spectacle.
she does glance back at some of the at that girl that he was also healing.
Yeah, victim from this morning.
Yeah, and just for a moment to see if there's anything she can see immediately, but she's gonna catch up with them quickly.
Yeah, there's definitely a change. 16 healing. Wow.
Yeah, she's
It's a
kind
great
of
improvement.
Smile and run after them.
Mm-hmm. Just a bit of a few ahs and gasps of people who are awake or able to pay attention in that part of the room to the spectacle of those kaleidoscopes of colors colliding, and listening to that soothing voice telling that story, being mesmerized. And there's certainly a few gazes then follow Nyx as he leaves the church. And as you guys step out onto the exterior of the church here, we're gonna go for a quick break.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop whoop!
I'm gonna get a snack.
Yeah, go get the snack.
Next,
Too.
your eggs.
I need to find scissors. I have like 50,000, but I just don't know where.
Snacks and scissors. Seems legit.
Well, I mean, I need scissors to get my snacks open, so
Hard to open snacks.
I mean,
Evidently.
I have like what's it called, like trail mix sort of deal, and I can't open it to save my goddamn life, and apparently I don't have scissors at my desk. So I'll be right back.
Get your cat.
What? Yeah, Silent. It's break time, so it's snack time. Woo! Oh yes, do some stretches, get some more water, get some
I brought my water
snacks.
with me.
Alright,
I'm good to go.
good to go.
I tell you what's really frustrating me right now is my mouse scroll wheel.
Oh no.
You know, I'm getting real sick of it. Like, it's only been happening recently, and I've been trying to fix it. But like sometimes, if I scroll slowly,
Alright,
because like I don't like do massive like scroll if I'm reading an article or something like that, right? Or browsing a website.
Uh-huh.
But if I were to like scroll down, it goes up briefly and then goes down again, and sometimes it just doesn't play nice. If I go quickly, it just goes up and down.
Oh
I'm just
shit, I have had that problem as well with the mouse. But it was even worse for me. Like, no matter what I did when I scrolled down, it would like scroll down a little bit and then it would just scroll up.
like, yeah.
And it maddened me.
Oh
Yeah,
god,
could I,
I
like-
had the same problem once.
Oh!
Did anyone resolve it? Because like I'm partly thinking to just open the mouse up and like see if like the sensor on
Yes.
the where the scroll wheel is, and just to try and clean that.
Exactly.
My dad did that, and I've had him have a look at it, but he was unable to fix it.
Like, either the sensor is broken or there's some dirt in the way. So first try to clean it. If it doesn't help, then yeah, it's new mouse time.
Yeah,
Yay!
Now to my dad, and like he opened it and was unable to like fix it, so I had to get a new one.
Yeah. Well, if I get a new one, it's not that big of a deal for me, but it's still, it's frustrating, and I've been putting up with it because like I like to use it for playing games and stuff. And when you
Yes.
try and scroll in a video game to like, let's say you play Terraria or something where you have like the items along
Yeah.
the top, and you like scroll through to get to them,
Mhm.
yeah, and then it goes the wrong way, and I'm like, no, I'm in the middle of something, I want to switch to a different weapon, and oh, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Thanks, math. You are a disappointment
What
and
was
a
I-
failure. How dare
was-
you?
I was playing a game while I had that problem, and I had to like adapt my whole play style. And
Oh yeah, I don't want to do that.
I tried to remember where I was, like where I remember it was really frustrating to me, but I can't for the life of me remember which game it was. But it's kind of annoying in every game, so
Oh,
It
so
is what it is.
I might have to change mouse or just fix it. So I just have to give time
Yeah.
to fix it. Frustrating.
Ugh.
I mean, to be fair,
Time.
I'm not gonna complain about a mouse that was gifted to me, but
Silent is going pretty good, as you can see. I have been stuck in vaccine sickness the whole weekend. Still not completely 100%. Still pretty. I've had tension headaches the whole day. Very tired. In general, but getting better by each day. But the dev house has been going well, I think.
I'm back.
Welcome back. How's it going for you, Silent? Oh, that's fair. I just got my second one today. Your second shot. I hope you don't get what I got.
yeah, he got a second shot today.
And it's so interesting. Both me and Yoey had the same reaction as well. Damn.
Becky,
Yeah.
I heard that if you have like an underlying, maybe like half of a cold,
Oh,
like
then it become worse with the
then it
vaccine.
just like shoots that up to like max.
And perhaps we share that underlying half of a gold.
Well, like if I had one, you definitely had one as well.
Okay. Yeah, could have been.
So it's very possible.
Okay. Perhaps. Let's go back to this anguish song that I have. I haven't had anything yet as I took medicine paracetamol as soon as I got home. Okay, it's pretty smart. It took me several hours though before my symptoms kicked in when I got it Friday. So we shall see. But I hope you don't suffer anything. But a bit of pain in the arm seems to everybody has that.
Yeah. Sleeping was the worst.
Yeah, I had a very hard time sleeping. Woke up several times, sweating. Oh, jeez.
Oh no, I just like I can't, like, I always sleep on my side, right?
Oh.
And I can't sleep when I'm not on my side.
And you can't roll over to your left side because of the arm.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
sleep on my left side, but getting it on the other side wouldn't make sense either because I'm right-handed, so...
Alright. I see. Okay. Should we start up again?
Cool. Yes.
Yes. Ernox, you also ready? Oh, Ernox doesn't seem to be ready yet.
No snacks yet.
No snacks? Alright, we should wait some more for Aaron to get ready.
I picked the others, Bexxy Kuhn. I'm just gonna message you real quick so you're happy with them. This is for replacing second, and this is for the other.
Oh, let me take a looky look. A look-see. Ooh.
Does that sound pretty cool?
Yeah, the second one sounds very cool. The way you worded that. No, the both of them seems, yeah, makes a lot of sense.
Sweet.
Yeah.
The reaction.
Ooh. Well, it's a cool visual.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. We should also talk about, I don't know, at some point, like, have a call together, a watch party. Experience some of
Watch party?
of the Death House mods. You know.
Oh yeah,
watch.
no, that was something I was gonna ask. If Julie or Arrow watched any of the VODs or watched the streams for the Death House?
Not
Sadly,
yet.
no. I just didn't really get around to it, like starting school and all.
No, completely fair. So that's why I thought we could have a little watch party where we don't need to go through. I mean, of course not. We're not going to through all of it, but have some samples.
That sounds fair.
Audition. Do you even have time though? Like, when are you gonna have time to do that?
Well, I mean, I technically always have time. It's just like I'm.
Bexxy.
Oh.
Every day, but doing something.
Yeah,
so
no,
far.
she does.
Saturday are free.
So,
And Sunday.
You won't ever have his
Saturday
computer back.
evenings?
Sunday after 5, but I can be on my laptop.
Sure, but then by
I mean-
Sunday you're gonna have you'll be done, right, with the 2 shots theoretically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there could be like watch party afterwards.
Sure.
No. I mean, I can pretty much do like Saturday and Sunday evenings.
Air, do you have any
Yeah.
specific on Sunday?
I have work from 9 to
No,
5.
I don't have Sunday
What a
evenings.
way to make a living.
Well, you know, American time, you know, she's working 9 to 5.
Yeah, on Saturday, Sunday, and Tuesday, and then 12 to 5 Fridays.
Oh, shit. Wait, so
Yeah.
you're 5. How many hours are you behind me?
I think it's 5 hours behind. What time is it for you right now?
It's soon to be 10 o'clock.
10? Okay, it's soon to be 4, so, 10, 6 hours.
6 hours.
No. Yeah, no?
Yeah?
Yes, no?
So,
yeah.
you're 5, and you need an hour to get home, so your 6 would be my 12 in the evening. No, 18 plus 6.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my 12 in the evening.
Midnight.
Yeah.
Midnight watch party.
Yeah, and then, other days, let's see. Yeah, it's gonna be quite tight. I can't guarantee you like any other day of the week, mostly because I have like schooling, lab work.
Okay. What if me, Adrian, and Julie do a watch party on Sunday, and we send you our thoughts, and you send them back, and we can
and
give you pointers on what to specifically look
why
at,
not?
so you don't need to spend so much
time
time.
stamps or something
Yeah,
like
and
that.
give me like some sample clips of like highlights.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
When on Saturday? When on Sunday?
After my 5, which is your 5 too.
Yeah, then I can.
But we can also do
like,
Saturday. We can also do Saturday because Saturday I'm completely
Yeah,
free.
I'm just a fucking idiot, and I forgot that we kind of have to murder Strahd on Sundays.
That's
All
what
right.
you do on Monday.
2 days
Well, I
of
mean,
murder.
Sunday we're actually. I'm pretty sure we spent the last 2 sessions just like stumbling around his place trying to find the guy.
Fair. Okay.
Is all I'm gonna say since I don't want to like.
Yeah, no,
you know,
I know. But so when is the stream? Is it an evening thing?
Yeah, we play at like 7.
Ah, okay. Then we better perhaps do it Saturday then before it stopped.
Saturday I play in the afternoon.
Then we only get half of one of the groups, but let's see if that's enough. It might be enough. Okay, start with that. We don't need to make a decision. We can just find people that we are looking a little bit extra at, you know?
Yeah.
Cool. So, are you also ready to start?
Yeah, I'm good.
Awesome. Okay. So, you stumble out of that chaotic scene of that makeshift hospital out on the lawn of the Church of St. Andral. Unconsecrated, still feeling lonely. What do you guys want to do?
We
look
marching.
for the address that
We're
was
marching
given
down the
to us.
road.
Mm-hmm. Is this address goes by the Beast and Rose?
Yes, it would.
Yeah, we'll say, considering the address is along the way, we also make a quick stop by the Beast and Rose.
Of course, I really hope they're okay.
Yes, and if they're present, tell them to get out of town fast.
Alright.
The tailor's house, perhaps.
Yes, business.
And what are their 2 names again? I'll never remember.
It's Gilly and Lottie.
Gilly and Lottie. I'm just gonna type it down.
Might be for the
I mean,
for the
are
better.
the 2 of them in the thingy as well? In
I
the
can't
store?
find them.
Yeah, under entities, Velaki, stores, Gilly and Lottie.
Yeah.
Damn, now I found them. Okay, there it is.
There they are. There should be all of the characters that you have met in these. Yes, you go by Beast Bros. It's open, and when you do the little jingle of the bell as you enter, as happy as she ever is, a twirling Lottie in her full skirts comes towards you, saying, "Oh, it's so great to see you all again. Oh, there's nothing wrong with the clothing, is it? Is that why you're back? Would you want more?"
No. It's not. It's nothing like that, Lottie. I'm just happy you're safe
Well,
after the events.
Gilly had this weird stomach ache that he started feeling, and he wanted to go home early, and that was really lucky because after that we started hearing these shouts, and it's just all terrible. But I hope it's gonna be better now.
Ah, yes. I do hope he gets well soon. It's quite fortunate he had that stomach ache.
He got mysteriously better though when we came home. Sometimes it can be like that.
True.
Well,
Well,
sometimes you just get a weird stomach.
Happens.
Is he still out of it?
Oh no, he's in the back continuing to work. There's quite a few funeral gowns on the agenda.
Ah, I see. Well then, I do have something to discuss with him. Briefly.
Oh! Good luck with that. Him talking. But, yeah. Says a few words to me, and I feel very lucky.
I'm glad you feel that way, Lottie. Now,
Just go into the back. I just be here. You know where to find me.
thank you. I'll see you soon.
All right.
And Aspada's gonna go to the back.
All right. Going to the back, where Gilly, in his workroom and fitting rooms. There he is, this hulk of a man sitting on this pretty small chair in front of a mechanical sewing machine that looks like a toy in comparison to his size, and he's fit like big sausage fingers. He's handling this very nice white and delicate and see-through lace that he's sewing onto some white cloth. His feet, pumping the saw machine as he pushes it through. On one of his hands there's a little pad of cotton where several colorful needles stick out, and he's also wearing an apron to protect his clothing, and he turns to you having a few needles in his mouth, which is that serious look on his face.
Glad to see you're well, Gilly. And that you found yourself a good excuse to go home yesterday, before things broke loose.
He puts the needles that he has in his mouth down into that cotton pad that is around his wrists, unfolds from the position that he's in to stand up in his full height. It's not, as tall as you, but it's not too much of a difference.
Mm-hmm.
He dusts himself off a little bit and nods in agreement.
Yes. However, I bear even worse news. I fear very soon there will be an attack of the undead from the eastern gate that will ravage Valaki.
This is for sure.
Very sure. Given the events that have recently happened this morning, those we spoke to and my senses upon the undead. Those that wandered outside the eastern gate are now frozen still and organized, ready to attack in formation.
It is time for a camp night.
You can say that, yes. Somewhere far away from Valaki and the Stanid camp, preferably.
Where to go?
I don't know. Sorry. I'm not familiar with these lands. All I know is nowhere near here, nowhere near Valaki, and nowhere near Barovia. I've heard word that Victor is there, or is on his way there, and you don't want to be anywhere near him.
There's a small fishing village on the other side of Lake Sadovich. We're going there till things have calmed down.
Asphoda nods her head. Well, I'm glad you know a place.
Of course. I need to protect her.
I know. That's why I'm telling you this.
What could I ever do in return for this?
Nothing. Your hospitality, your kindness, a light in this otherwise dreary place is enough for me.
He nods in respect, holds out his hand to shake yours.
She'll reach her hand over and give it a firm handshake.
Good luck, and may you protect those in your care too.
And you as well. I hope one day to go to that village and see Lottie's bright smile again.
I pray to the morning, Lord, I will still be there.
I as well. Now, take care.
He nods, heads over to Lottie in the front. She's just like talking to you guys about the fashion of funeral gowns in the front.
Oh yeah, Lyria's just trying to make polite conversation.
She talks about some of the designs and how it's going to be awesome, and she talks about a little boy being dead, and she stammers a little bit but tries to bring it back into a happy place. Gilly comes out, surprises her a little bit. Oh dear, there you are. I finished so soon. He nods, puts a hand on her shoulder, and oh, you want to talk to me? All right, let's go. You guys want something more, or tea, or anything?
No, we just wanted to check in on you.
Oh, that's so sweet. You're always welcome.
Now, we must be on our way. Glad that you remain safe.
Well, I hope dearly that you do too.
Thank you, Lottie.
We try our best.
I think you guys should try a little bit harder.
Trying is all we can do.
Oh, that's
Take
true.
care now.
Fair. All right. Have a lovely day. Goodbye.
You too.
Goodbye.
All right. And you ding-a-ling-a-ling out of the shop.
All right. To this this address. Yeah.
All right. You head to the eastern parts of the of Valaki. closer to the gate. It's not like a toss of a stone away, but it's there in the whereabouts. You're not entirely sure exactly where this house is, but stopping somebody on the street and asking them, considering the kind of, you earned the Burgomaster's house now. You're a little bit like nobility now. You're part of the influential people of the town. Woo! So they answer respectfully, a little bit wearily of you, considering your position now with the new burgomistress. But you're shown to this house, who seems to be a little bit out of the way, seems to be a little bit smaller, and you also heard from this person that you stopped on the way that it belonged to somebody who died during the rebellion. So it was vacated anyway, and you assumed to yourself that it was assigned or given to Lydia, seeing as she was given amnesty. Outside there, you meet 2 guards and Adrian. Not Adrian, but
Who?
Adrian Hersek. Talking to each other, hushed together. But when Adrian sees you all, he looks up, gets a happy smile on his face. Well, not happy, but more of a relieved smile. Ends the conversation that he's having and kind of meets you halfway as you come up towards the house. There you are. So glad to see you all. Hope that the new day finds you well.
We're in a little bit of a rush. We hear some news is happening around here.
Yes, I've been waiting for you for quite some time, but I'm happy to have you here. It was more of a request anyway, but yes. If you all will, we have the 2 witnesses still inside. And the body.
The body?
Yes, the body.
Whose body?
It's one of the guards that
Oh, I see.
kept watch over Lady Lydia. Ghastly affair with some strange circumstances, but listen to what they have to say and tell us what you know. Please.
I guess we'll take a look,
All
but
right.
no promises here, Adrian.
No, that's completely fair. We would prefer to hear nothing rather than lies.
Then lead the way.
Alright. He nods, walks fully back towards the house, nods to the guards who stand there, who go more in a bit of attention, pushes open the door to this pretty modest looking place, but rather solid. Could be worse. Could be very much worse. And on the ground is a humanoid shape underneath a white linen, pretty much by the door, a little bit to the side of it, so you can step in without too much walking out of the way or walking over it. And in the gloom of the interior, sitting by a kitchen chair in the kitchen corner of this smaller house, is a female guard with short brown hair. She's leaning heavily on her knees with her head hanging down. Her helmet is on the kitchen table beside her. Fidgeting in a corner is another guard, a a little bit of a middle-aged guy with bald head, a bit of an unruly red beard, who immediately stands at attention as you come in.
Nick sees the stand to attention and like he gives this like look of I guess patheticness on the towards the guard. It's like, who do you think we are?
Still do it.
Hey, I don't know exactly what circumstances are. Well, what happened here? What's up? What are we doing here? What do I do? What do you do?
Illyria is kind of like gonna walk up towards them and is going to be like, so you're the witnesses?
Yes, ma'am. Me, Dunya, and poor Miro there on the ground, says the bald man standing at attention.
Tell us what happened from the beginning.
Well, then you have to ask Dunya over there. She was part of the start of it, weren't you? That female guard who had a very hunched over position on the chair, kind of lifts herself up slowly. Greetings. Yes, I am Dunya. Right, report. I'm sorry, my head is spinning a little bit. I have a horrible headache.
It's alright, just give us, to the best of your abilities, what happened.
Yes. Of course. I and Miro were assigned protection to Lady Lydia Petrovna. I was standing guard outside. Miro was inside. It was both for her protection if somebody would come and break in and want to take, some ill-begotten revenge against Miss Petrovna. Or if she decided to do something funny. Lady Vakter, Mrs. Vakter, I'm very sorry, wanted us to keep an eye on her, just in case. I was called inside by Miro. Said I needed to come in and help with something. I did. I saw him standing beside Lady Vakter, Lady Petrovna, and I don't remember. I don't remember anything after that. He just smiled at me and she said something weird. I couldn't understand what she said, and I think it was a flash of light. Perhaps it was the fireplace. Just I have been really trying. I don't know what to say. I just don't remember.
Let's see. At any point in the past, have you ever been in the Reformation Center?
Oh,
being treated there?
Thankfully, never. I was careful. Or at least what I remember. Oh,
mean-
Morning Lord. What if?
Not out of the question that you were, or that she simply was able to do this just with anybody.
Tell her what comes next too, Dunya. We need to finish it. The report. Oh, yes. Yes, I'm sorry. I started remembering things again when I was just standing in the middle of the road by the eastern gate. Everybody just staring at me. And by then Lydia was already gone. I'm so sorry. I beseech you to trust me that I never wanted to help her like this. I'm not that stupid.
We believe you.
That's what I would like to do, an insight check. To
Alright.
see.
I mean, Illyria is kind of just saying that, but like...
Alright. Let's make an empathy composure check.
And Nix wants to look down at like his shoes.
Oh.
To determine if he's like, if they have like walked through mud, like walking through the forest, or if he, basically to determine if he left Vallaki to go somewhere else and then return back to the gate, or he just, he stayed within Vallaki's, cobbled streets.
Yeah, no, that makes
Oh, this was the girly girl. Dunya's a girly girl.
Oh, whoever, left, he
Yeah,
said
yeah.
that. Yes,
Next, when they woke up again and started remembering things, was
Yeah, he wants to know if he can, he wants to, check if there are any signs that there's, been trudging or,
yes.
How you come back after a hike or whatever in the forest, and it's been kind of it's always damp, so signs
Just
of...
leaves, yeah, stuff.
Yeah, leaves, mud, things like caked mud on their boots or whatever.
Calvin helps you, so you get advantage on survival intelligence. Check that out.
It's because swamplands.
Yeah, exactly. Because of Calvin's survival. Oh, Jesus, you needed it.
Not that great.
First of all, Illyria, this woman looks very confused. But Asfara, you can see that there's genuine panic and frustration and depression in this woman. She is extremely befuddled why she would do this such a thing, and she's questioning everything about herself right now, trying to find something that makes sense.
Does this sort of effect remind her of anything that a vampire could do, or a spell that controls people? Or perhaps similar to what what's his face? Asshole boy. Victor did to Lady Vakter's daughter?
Yeah, I mean, no intelligence check there required, since it's so fresh in your mind and how much you hate Victor. There's not, the vampires can charm at will people, but that just makes them friendlier towards the vampy. Doesn't necessarily make them just lose everything, their memories. But indeed, in the book, Victor explains how he was able to remove memories from Stella.
Okay, but what about, like, is there like a spell that Password has ever heard of that controls people? There's like
Yeah.
memory modification, but like outright control.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you do know about the school of enchantment, and there are generally schools in there that are able to do that to a lesser and greater extent. Indeed.
Okay, gotcha. Well then, given that Tropnica was able to quell an entire raging town with a secret hidden phrase, most ironic phrase there is, and what else I know, I believe you. It's not a fault of your own. How could you have possibly defended yourself against a magical assault on the mind?
So it wasn't my fault.
No,
It was.
I don't believe so.
Oh, Lord, thank you. It wasn't my fault.
Nix, with Calvin, you look around on the ground. You do find mud as people has walked in and out of this house, but you don't find any traces of leaves or bark or moss or anything that would allude towards the forest.
Okay. I don't know if it's going to help, but there doesn't seem to be any sense of the fact that they left for a prolonged period of time. And if it comes down to, well, certain levels of enchantment, forcing these gods to bend to her will is what I probably think is going to be fairly potent magic. It's far beyond me at this point in time, but
Well, there's
as far
more
as
to report, sir, if you don't mind me butting in.
oh, yes, I thought you were done. Of course, complete your report.
Yes, sir. Well, there were other witnesses who saw Miss Dunya here escorting a cloaked figure to the burgomaster's, the Vargas your mansion. I'm sorry. And then they left the mansion and headed towards the eastern gate where I saw them. And the other guards who were on duty with me guarding the gate. I was in church this morning, and Dunya just walked up and said that this cloaked person had something to say to us. And then there were a flash of light, and everything that they said, for some reason, sounded so logical. I saw no other reason than to open the gate for them and order a horse and a saddle. I helped put the saddlebags on the horse and wished them a happy day and just let her go. Even though I recognized her voice for who she was. And even though I had orders to not let her out. I don't understand, but perhaps if you save this kind of magic, then it's not my fault, no?
Well, let's not be hasty. Now, this is going to sound a little bit strange, but I, as you can see, look like I know what I'm talking about. And you're gonna have to trust me. You're going to have to listen to my words, and
Yes,
You-
yes, sir.
you'll have to accept the consequences here. Let me be completely honest. This is all in as a requirement to double check, to ensure your safety, to ensure all our safeties. Okay?
I mean, yes, sir. Whatever you need to do, sir.
You want to ensure the safety of us and the safety of the people of Alaki. Yes, you're a soldier.
Of course, sir. That's what I do.
Very good. Asphodel, punch him in the face.
Asphodel, without question, punches Nix in the face.
No, me in the face. Him in the face.
Him in the face? I misheard! Him in the face! Him in the face!
No, me in the face. Bexxy died.
Please, I need a rebooting time. I'm sorry. Okay, so what happens is the Asphodel, you kind of like prepare to strike Nyx, right? And then Nyx like, no, not me, him. And you like lower your arm and like, oh,
Punch him in the face.
that makes more sense.
Turns the swing around!
And the guard's face turned completely ashen.
Rock's attack.
There's like a half shuffle back. I think they were unconsciously and like, sir, are you really sure? Is this
The safety of Alaki.
He swallows really loudly and like, okay.
Do I have to roll how much oof points this guy's gonna take?
I mean, what is your brown modifier?
+4.
Yeah, 5 damage of just slugged in the face. There is a little bit of blood that drips down from his lips.
And as the punch happens, Nyx wants to like determine whether or not there is a further change of emotion, as if being released from some sort of additional like charm or I guess suggestion.
Oh. Make me a empathy composure for that moment.
He's just like ass punch him in the face. That's it. So like shits and giggles. God, 10.
10. Alright,
I guess I'm entertained.
well, the person, looks scared at first, this guard, and then pain, a lot of pain, and then this expression of trying to compose what's left of their dignity, and try to stand back up at attention, spit away the blood, look to all of you of like, hey, did that work? Am I off the hook now? But
How do you feel, soldier?
Illyria just watched all of this unfold and just kind of like looks at Nyx like with this like, what?
I feel like I'm swelling up. I need to go see a dentist.
I meant mentally. Do you feel any difference? Do you feel further released, perhaps? More vindicated?
Well, I hope that this is going to be the end of my punishment.
It's for the good of Alaki. You did good.
Thank you, sir. Ow, she hit hard.
Nix gives like a wink to Asphyder, and then like shrugs to Illyria.
Asphyder just gives a firm pat on the man's shoulder, and nod her head.
No need to hurt me further.
You better get some, I guess, raw meat on that. But you can feel safe and assured that you are no longer under any guilement or enchantment that may have been placed on you.
Oh.
Thanks to Sir Asphyder here.
Oh, thank you, sir, and Sir Asphyder. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Wow.
So, I could do a quick, sense check like I did in Anya's shop, just to check if there's anything further lingering. But part of me feels like, well, this was all orchestrated, and the people of Vallaki, including the guards, seem to be very susceptible to who, well, keep forgetting her name.
I say do it anyways. You never know what might be
But yeah.
lingering.
Wait, you want to go around punching more people, Asoda?
No, what you did in Anya's house.
Oh, you want me to do it anyway? Sure. Nix looks around to see if there's like a table or a chair or something. He doesn't want to like necessarily sit down on the ground.
Alright.
And hop up onto it and like cross his legs and sits there for 10 minutes.
Alright.
Feeling as his like soul mark burns the red color. He needs 10 minutes.
Okay. Alright. Calvin, Asphyder, Illyria, just vibing in there with
Illyria checks like, this guard's face is like, nose might be a little broken, but you'll be fine. Just pats him on the shoulder.
Please stop hurting me.
Guidance. Calvin just goes up and goes, guidance.
Yeah, whispers underneath his breath.
Apologies.
Well, if this is all that it took, I got off the hook pretty easily. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And there's also, the female guard still sitting on that kitchen chair, hunched over, but she has a little bit of a gaze of like, what the fuck am I watching right now?
Do you think she's next?
It's Illyria.
Yeah,
It's
she's a little
Illyria
bit scared of us, but
gaze, she just kind of like shrugs her shoulders and gives it as like, I don't know what's going on either.
You can see then, since you're meeting Dunya's gaze, this female guard, she's like pointing to herself and like making like a question mark with just her eyes. Is this going to happen to me too? Is basically what she asks you with body language.
Illyria just kind of like shrugs her shoulders and kind of like, waves her head a little like, I don't know. I don't know what Asphyder plans on doing.
Alright. Dunya doesn't feel much better. She skirts a little bit
Illyria
back in the chair.
Getting closer is like, I'll try to keep them from punching you in the face.
Oh. Thank you, I guess. There's no need, please. Well, if it's necessary, I can.
I'm as confused as you are. Don't worry about it.
Okay, good. And, and then you have this silent third member of this party, just this dead body on the ground. Wow.
Yeah, might want to investigate it.
What a scene.
Yeah, we as we were waiting for Nyx, Asphod's gonna like look at the dead body.
Alright.
See like what did him in.
Alright, you unveil the body of the guard on the ground. Still dressed in their armor. There's the body hasn't been disturbed in any way. There's still like a pool of blood underneath their neck area, where there is an entry wound of some kind. Make me a medicine cunning to like what could have gone in there.
All right.
So many things.
11.
Well, it seems to have been a smaller, pretty sharp object, considering how clean the cut is, and it's basically like stabbed from above into the neck.
Above and into the neck.
Do you mean like over the shoulder, stabbed downwards kind of thing?
Like angled down into the throat neck area on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is this more like with how this cut is, could it possibly be angled if like somebody came from the back, or is it more like angled in a way where someone could have came at them from the front?
There's a possibility for both.
Gotcha. Is there anything peculiar on his person?
His weapons are missing. Well, the club is definitely not missing, but his spear and his bow and his arrows are missing.
Well, do they carry short bows or crossbows?
Short bows they carry. He also doesn't have any purse on his body.
Is there anything missing from his Oh no. What? Okay, never mind that bit. Okay. She'll put the sheet back down, kind of like contemplate.
Okay. As for us contemplating, in the end, your your spell goes off, Nyx. Your ritual casting.
So I like to think like with this spell, from a visual perspective, as he's basically meditating. He is feeling the soul mark burn bright.
Oh wait, I can't hear anything right now. That's weird. Let me just confirm my settings. I'm very sorry. Everybody hold on to your socks. It's going to be fixed. Okay, I need to do this.
If any.
There we go. Okay, now I can hear things again. I think. Hello?
You're muted. Or are you muted?
No, I am
Or are you
not
being muted?
muted.
I think Bexxy's trying to fix something about the strain.
Oh.
What about now? Hello?
Yes.
Oh god, I didn't hear anything from I want to describe how this looks.
Oh no! Okay.
Cause for
Not
some
epic.
reason the sound just cut off for my headphones completely. So, hello.
Oh, okay. Rewatch the stream. No. It probably won't come through. He's saying like as he's the rest of you heard this, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So he's how it looks is that he's basically meditating to basically feel the energy within him, which kind of burns his soul mark brighter and brighter and brighter until it culminates at its capacity when he's done with the ritual casting. And it just it pulses out in like a sphere of like energy and just like expands out of him in like a concussion bubble, like and highlights the colors of magic around.
Yes. All of that, yes. Okay, and you pick up those sources of magic as you did before, that gray light coming from Illyria's pack, the armor, the other item we talked about. A great axe.
Is it what I think it is?
The great axe behind Asfira. Adrian, there's a bit of a shimmering gray and blue light underneath Adrian's clothes, around the chest area. Something of the aberration school.
Mm-hmm.
But he's standing outside waiting for you. And there's...
I guess he's looking for pinks, I think.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
I'm coming to that. And there is faint traces of pink coming off Dunya, Miro, and Vadim, the three guards in the room. But you don't get the feeling that it's not like it's swirling around their heads, like it's still activated. It seems like it feels like this is like, you know, a stench that hangs in the air kind of thing from heavy spell casting. Something heavily pink
Like
was
dirt
down
on the
to
road.
them. Like, you know, like bloody footprints,
Illyria.
you know. Oh shit. Let's calm down. let's poke a sloping bear. It's just this traces of pink that just comes off of them.
Okay, but no active spells still, you know,
No.
currently enchanting these guards. Is more like, okay, we knew that there was an enchantment spell cast on them. It was just more, do we need to punch more people?
Yes.
Yes. Should have done it first, but hey, he didn't want to.
Yeah, you don't feel any you know, active enchantments, but you feel the aftermath of some heavy enchantment magic.
Okay. I think we're all clear now. Thank you for waiting. It seems pretty strong, if I'm honest, what was used on these people. So we have to proceed with caution, and I will be the first one to admit messing with people's minds isn't exactly comforting. It seems that this seems to be the trend here in Barovia. Some people drink to remove those memories. Others seem to have them forcefully removed. I will try and think of a way to overcome this. But we're all good here. Anything either of you wish to follow up on, or do we have our details?
I believe that's all we can garner for now.
Did you check why he was? Because I was like meditating. Did you check why he was, how he was killed? Was it also magic?
No, it's the good old fashioned. And she put her pretends that there's a dagger in her hands and like plunge it in the same spot where of where it killed the guard.
You take your hand and you motion that you're plunging something into your throat.
Yeah,
Okay.
like
Nix's mind for a brief second goes into the wrong location, and I say, okay.
Oh
Okay. Yeah. Clearly their minds were messed with, but and okay. The girl guard, the lady guard, she has been interrogated.
Do you mean punched in the face? I think she told us
I
her story.
hope that's not necessary.
Nyx like shoots her like a quick glance, with the presence of saying, don't count your chickens kind of thing. Don't think you're off the hook just yet to see her reaction.
She shrivels into the chair a little bit more.
The power. I think, well, there's nothing much more for us to do here. I think what is more pressing is the troops on the outskirts, on the other side of the fence.
Yeah, we need to go.
Let's tell Adrian.
Asper will nod her head, and also nod to the guards.
There's a sigh of relief from Dunya. Yeah, sorry.
She's not getting punched today.
Woo! Victory!
Yay! Yay!
Yay.
Asford, I was about to say something if she left, I'm sorry.
Oh no! It was good. It's good. It's okay. We good.
Okay, so out we go.
Alright. You see Adrian has his hands on his back. His posture, straight, and he looks to his feet as he goes back and forth in this little circle that has been trudging up, but sees you exit the door after a fraction of a second. Oh yes, anything your keen eyes could discern.
These guards are not to be punished any further than they have already been punished. Their minds are a little bit all over the place, and it is clear that they have had them muddled and confuddled with. They know no difference, and there are enchantment spells known, and
I saw the red flash through the window. I'm sorry I did not mean to pry, but it was inevitable. Did you perchance cast some kind of divination spell? Quite fascinating.
I mean, it was a necessity to discover more than just what their the immediate scene would allow us to do such a thing. But yes, and I can see all sorts of things, including, and he quickly taps to his chest whilst looking at him.
Oh, it's almost like covers that area, feeling a little bit like dismodest in almost a way.
Listen, please.
Oh. Is that kind of divination spell that you cast with an X? I would love to pick your mind and learn from you. That spell could come in handy. But I will have to refer to your wisdom. So you were able then to accurately see if they are still affected by these magical enchantments?
That's
There
most
were
impressive.
some scientific experiments that were performed ahead of time, purely scientific. But yes, they are clear from any active problems, but the residual energies are still there. So it was pretty powerful. Usually, something of a lower level may not linger for very long, but I guess that concludes the matter.
That is indeed fascinating. Lady Doctor would be very pleased to hear this. But of course, the problem still lingers of actually having those two on the run.
That's
We
true.
can't
But
do much about that though.
No, presently, Valaki do not have the resources of such a undertaking, but I'm sure in the future. We cannot let our brothers in Barovia suffer from their hands.
we do need to go talk to Lady Wachter.
Oh, she is, well, very busy. Is there something I'm able to relay myself? You might need to set up a time otherwise.
No, we need to speak to her directly, immediately.
Oh, well, okay. When I go and report, I can see if she can find an emergency time for you.
I don't
Can
think
we
that
just
made myself
come
clear.
along?
Yes, well, yes, of course. You just have to wait outside of the house, as per protocol, but I am sure that within minutes you will be ushered in.
It is important to the fate of Valaki, probably more so than what happened last night.
Oh! Isn't that ominous? Ominous.
Call it as what you will, but if Lady Vacta is at home, we're going there. You are more than welcome to come with us. This is of highest urgency.
Oh, okay.
Lady
Well,
Illyria has said her case, and you should listen.
very well then, be my guest. Let me escort you.
When, I'm sorry, but when this guy, had his reaction towards Illyria, it's like, hey, this is way more important, probably more important than whatever happened last night. What was his expression? Was he like, oh, was he like, it's like, oh, or like a, oh, or like a, oh shit, onto
Or like
something.
oh no. Anyway,
Yeah.
Illyria is also like suspicious of this guy.
let me give me an empathy composure check, and I will tell you exactly what kind of it was.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, where's my empathy? I found it. 26.5.
Jesus! Fuck!
Tell me the flavor of that this guy have.
Oh god.
Honey Nut
Well,
Cheerios.
his stench is, No, okay. Okay, as for that, you get the distinct feeling that this boy might be a bit... I think the right term might perhaps be voyeuristic.
Ew.
I mean, he is concerned, but he's also greatly fascinated and curious. There might be a little bit of a disconnect in his head between how you should react and just being fascinated and curious about something new and interesting. It seems to be, a bookish kind of nerd, but impeccable manners who might have some interesting curiosities.
Then, with that, when she recalls when shit was happening in
Yes.
Valaki,
Uh-huh.
what was his expression? Like, what can she recall of his expression when the mayhem exploded?
Oh, yeah. With this empathy, curiosity, everything kind of just fits together, and there's just this puzzle in your head. And I mean, he was concerned for himself and for their cause, but most of the time he just had this pleasant smile on his face and this curious glint in his eyes.
Oh, hell no. Okay.
I'm gonna be real, that just sounds like Victor 2.0 to me.
Yeah. Asphodel, it kind of narrows her eyes. Before craning her neck downwards towards this boy, and says,
Oh my, you're large.
lift your arms up above your sides like a T. Go on, do it.
Oh, you're suspicious about something.
Lift your arms.
All right, I will amuse you.
Okay. Looking at his physique, how on the level of 1 to deadass scrawny, how scrawny?
About 11 brawn.
On a scale of 1 to 20, about 11.
He is not a strong boy.
Well, average is 10, so, he has a little bit of muscle on his body, but
Like a hint.
perhaps not the most vitality. He seems pretty scrawny, but there's like this kind of lean muscle.
He's a runner.
Yeah, exactly. More of a runner.
Okay. Asphodel she does the motion of craning her neck side to side to observe his scrawniness before snapping her eyes right at this boy's to lock in with this boy. Before she leans in closer, saying, "You're quite fortunate that you survived the attack. How
Oh,
scrawny you are."
I
hadn't
definitely count
any-
myself lucky.
Yes. How did you feel about that attack? See a little glint in your eye. Tell me about it.
Well, I have never seen such a thing before.
Death?
Oh, that kind of mayhem and confusion.
And not any other emotion towards that event as it unfolded before you.
Well, as I said to Lady Leary, I greatly want freedom for the Valaki people, so I was cheering on our side.
When he said freedom for Valaki's people, that's what I wants to insight that. Is it really the Valaki people or just his own curiosity?
Right. I mean, with this raw, like 27 composure is kind of crazy. You kind of have a bit of a lock on this character, this person, and you definitely feel it's both.
Oh, is that so? Well, and she puts a firm claw, like right below his chin. And her hand is huge, and his head is tiny compared to it. So she just grabs it there and does a firm squeeze on it, and also lifting it up to straighten himself up, kind of forcing him to be on his tiptoes before his toes are barely touching the ground.
Ooh, well, this is starting to hurt a bit. Can I bring down my arms? It's hard for balance.
No, but I can say one thing. You're not going with us. You'll remain here.
But it's my duty to report back to Lady Fiona Vactor.
We can do that on our own. We do not need you to report to her.
I can see that you're in a bit of distress, and I very much apologize for that.
He's gonna squeeze harder.
Ah.
I don't believe I'm in distress. I'm perfectly calm, you see.
What are you doing?
Shh.
So as for that, how could I ever fix the situation without talking to you? This tactic of trying to make me silent is quite counterintuitive, don't you think?
It's not your silence I want. You're only affirming what I know. And she's just going to drop him on the ground.
Ooh.
You are not going to follow us. We can go to Lady Voctor on our own.
Well, I certainly do not wish to cause any more distress by my presence. I very much apologize if we got off on the wrong foot. I will give you your space, of course, out of respect. But I will return eventually to Lady Fiona Voctor.
Go ahead. You may return to her. You're simply not coming with us.
Oh, well, right. I wanted to, of course, be a perfect gentleman and escort you, but if you prefer to go without me, then I really can't say two things about it. I hope you have a pleasant stroll.
What the fuck was that about, Asphoda?
Aspha doesn't say anything. She doesn't look at Illyria. She just focuses in on this guy before wordlessly leaving the room.
The street.
We're outside.
The street.
We're outside.
But
Yeah, like away from, further away from him.
you're round the corner.
Around the corner, and the moment he is out of sight, and like 10 paces after that, Asphoda will address the party. I don't trust him one bit. That boy's curiosity, morbid curiosity, matches his concern.
Well, neither do I, but there's no reason to cause whatever the fuck scene that was again. Let's go. And Illyria just starts walking towards Lady Wakta's house.
Nix will go up to Asphoda and cock his head to the side and goes, "You really don't trust him?"
With Illyria going on ahead, Asphoda kind of says it only to earshot of Nyx and probably, Kelvin. Nobody reacts like that normally. No, I do not trust him.
And just because he didn't show empathy or any sense of emotion for the loss of people's lives is...
That's not it. He did show emotion to it, but it balances that morbid curiosity, that glint in his eye. That isn't normal.
I gotta
and
say...
I believe... Oh, go on.
Kelvin says, I gotta say, I think that boy crazy.
Yes, and that is exactly why I did what I did. Just to confirm.
The way that they talked, I didn't understand half of it.
Exactly.
I say I don't disagree with the outcome. To a certain extent, Illyria is right. You are quite the scale of a woman, as for that. You do not exactly blend in the middle of the street to be threatening someone, especially seem to be working for Lady Vactor, especially at the point in time when there's a change of power. Actually, what do I care? Do whatever the fuck you want. I mean, fine. Go.
I don't... I don't think much matters when an undead horde is about to attack.
Exactly so. If he dies, he dies. But he does have something magical on him. Something I didn't expect to just have anyone walking around with it. And perhaps the reason why he managed to survive.
Who knows? He may have a little part to play, like a mole.
And as Nyx watches Illyria walk forward and out of earshot, he takes a brief look and then back to Asford and says, I'm not sure Illyria is entirely aware, but the gift that Strahd gave her is also magical.
Now, I'm not surprised if he watches her through it, listening as well.
I wonder if we should not dispose of it.
If we do, we might incur him to take action in front of us.
Oh, it doesn't have to be like something that she says, oh, I take it off and blah blah blah, and now I just like I renounce you, Strahd, I hate your gift.
Well, I
It-
know that.
It could be
Something
more.
natural.
It seems like you and her have some sort of well, encounter coming up, shall we say. And if you are so happy for her to lash out at you, perhaps you try to make it natural that you at least yank that off of her. You know, fit of rage, perhaps. I don't know. You make it up. But if there could be somehow that you break it off of her, she doesn't have to know that it was not an accident.
I know. I like that idea.
Okay.
Then I'm even more willing for when she throws the first punch.
Yes, even if it is like what you did with Adrian just now. Lift her up on her tippy toes using the necklace until it breaks off. Whatever you feel like, but I think that any sort of reason to give Strahd access to our position and know where we are, or even listening, I think that I'm not entirely sure, but you know, if we're dealing with people that seem to have the ability to mess with people's minds and have all these different powers on the down low without us knowing, I am gravely concerned about what sort of skills and aptitudes Strahd has, given the fact that he seems so powerful.
Indeed, I'm not proficient in that area of expertise, this enchantment magic that clouds your mind. I wonder if we can ever find any information to protect ourselves against it, to keep us grounded.
I'm thinking on it. Something, I don't know. Something's changing within me as for that. It feels
Go on.
strange. I'm not exactly sure what it is.
I think we're all changing just a little bit, to be honest with you.
Oh, how are you changing? You seem perfectly stoic.
That's where it kind of like looks at him. You know, her face is still forward, but her eyes just kind of flick down towards him. I'm glad you think so.
Are you not?
No, I'm not.
You need a hug?
It's nothing like that, Nix.
Kelvin here is a perfect confidant. And we also had that conversation in the meadow when we first arrived in Valaki.
Oh, I keep my secrets to the grave.
Maybe I keep Illyria company, actually, Kelvin. You probably already know all of this. Just so she's not alone.
Oh, but I can distract her if you need some alone time.
Thank you.
Besides,
Once I had set up a conversation with Lyria.
Mushrooms, am I right?
I swear, of all of us, Kelvin has changed the least. All he needs is safety and mushrooms. That's enough.
What do you need, Tasvita?
She kind of like quirks her brow. What do I need? I need you guys to stay alive.
That seems a curious phrasing. I thought you needed to get out. Why do we... What's going on?
What do you mean?
Well, I thought the whole thing that we're doing here is trying to find a way out to get you back home. But
Yes,
it feels... Go ahead.
But didn't I say a while back, recently even, that what is the point of leaving this place if it remains as shit and that you're stuck in shit?
Ooh. But you said you were also changing. Is it you just mean your position in what you choose to make not shit?
Asphoda just quietly pats him on the back. I'll leave that to your interpretation.
Or you could just tell me. I mean, you don't have to be so coy.
I feel the impact is greater when you figure it out yourself.
Nick gives like an exasperated sigh, like, you, why do you, why are girls like this? And he kind of like walks forward.
Nix can hear a little chuckle from behind him as he walks forward.
Oh my god! I love that. Okay. Okay. You eventually catch up with Calvin and Illyria, and Illyria, you have been basically bombarded with mushroom facts.
Illyria isn't in the mood. She's just walking towards Lady Walker's house.
So they
Illyria
have a
isn't in the
very
mood.
interesting root system, you know?
Like, she's just tuning out Calvin to the best of her ability.
Okay. Yeah, I guess you join up in some companionable silence. Just listen to Calvin giving off mushroom facts as you head back towards the center of town, I presume.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the Lady Walkers.
Yeah. You need to go back into the middle of it and then take the street up north to get to her Wachter house, as it's called. But when you're closer to the center of town, perhaps 200-300 meters away from that northern turn, Calvin stops in the middle of a fact. Stops in the middle of the street, and just his little gnome ears perk up a little bit, looking a little bit confused.
Did you hear something?
Yeah, that's screeching, right? Can't you hear it too?
Aw, shit.
And he turns his gaze towards the sky behind you, towards the east. And you follow his gaze, and indeed, there's a black cloud that is moving fast.
No shit.
Oh, shit.
Do we all see this cloud, right?
Yes, yeah. You follow his
Asphodel,
gaze.
Asphodel zooms in on this cloud. Is this cloud made of bats?
It takes a second or two as they come into view. Why won't the music load? Please do the thing. I need you to do the thing. Do the thing.
Zuli, do the thing.
Oh. Oh no! I know this is thing.
Alright, let's try this thing then. Wait, okay, I'm gonna reload quickly. What? Are we just logged out of the place? What the fuck?
Yeah.
No, I
Same
got this as
happened
well.
earlier.
Yeah, same
Roll
with me.
Roll20 kicked me out earlier too, out of the blue.
Yeah, I was opening up like a window and it just
Kicked
said,
out of
hey, now you
Roll20.
can log in again.
Same.
Is Roll20 bullying you?
Yeah.
Your poor little GM can't roleplay.
That's in chat for the GM.
What? And now you won't even show me the thing. Well,
Incognito.
Oh no.
I can't even load the page.
Oh, no, it's down for me too.
Scheiße!
Oh. That's, I
Yeah,
mean, I
yeah.
guess.
Absolutely scheiße. Well, that's good because what's left of this is going to be only in the theater of the mind, I guess. So I am going to send you all a Spotify link to listen to on your own. This is going to happen. This is actually from the album of music that I bought, so it's non-copyright issues. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna post it here in Cursive Mother Mystery. Because the stream is still going, that's great.
The owl watches.
The Owl watches indeed.
Oh, I knew it! You son of a bitch! Oh, I hate this guy!
And I'm going to post the scene picture that I was going to move to there, and I'm gonna move it up here and like do this, I guess, and just zoom in. Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Nailed it.
I nailed it. Alright, and I'm gonna play this from Spotify and just circle the song. Make sure we got a good amount of music going, and you just listen for that for your own sakes. Let's bring this back here, and I'm just gonna have this end that we're gonna listen to, and we're just gonna end it there. Alright, indeed, you look into the cloud of a swarm of what seems to be hundreds of bats that is rapidly coming closer to you. It only takes seconds until once again you are deafened by 1,000 shrieks as these black dots almost black out the sky above you. They fly chaotically for a few seconds, but then gathers up in a great cluster in the middle of Falaki. And then, like a phase that crashes through the surface of water, the facial features of Stradborn Savage, made up of bats, pierce down onto the town of Falaki. The people around you have all stopped in their tracks. There's some faint cries of some baby in the background, but everybody else is deathly silent as they just look up to this creature, devil, face in absolute horror. And with a massive echo, these bats move as Straw declares onto all of Valaki.
I am Lord-in-Law here, and I will not suffer any incursions against me, whatever their form. Valachians, you took lives that were not yours to take. There are no monsters, only foolish sons, fathers, and kings, that they can usurp my reign by unleashing their ambition on my Vistani. There will be more dead tonight. Each household in Vallaki is to sacrifice one of their own and display them outside their door from dusk till dawn. If you comply with my conditions, I will leave you and your kin at peace. But if you refuse, I will glut the maw of death until it be satiated with your blood. Terror answers terror. Blood answers blood. You have brought this upon yourself. And then the bats distort and dissolve, the face of Strahd into a formless cloud once more, a cloud that takes off towards the east and soon disappears on the horizon. What is left is a dreadful silence that hangs seemingly over the whole town for several moments after the event, and then, like an explosion, the cries and panic erupts everywhere around you as people drop whatever they're doing to rush home or to the nearest harbor of safety that could possibly offer some respite. And in that chaos and in that panic, and with that message, we're going to end tonight's episode of Curse of Mother Misery.
I hate straw. I hate
I mean,